Mr. Mark.
Mr. Joey.
Episode 91.
What a nice ring to it.
We had an odd week.
We did.
So we decided to make this episode all about the weird real estate traditions that exist.
Oddities and superstitions.
Yes.
Yeah. So
we get into, every superstition that we kind of researched on.
Yeah.
And we're walking through it. So if you're buying a new house, if you're selling a house and you want some ideas to bring some
good juju.
Yeah. This is your episode.
Yeah. I would just add this to all that we took a worldwide look after seeing Mr. Worldwide here in Toronto.
Absolutely.
Tune in to find out more. Dale.
Welcome to the Toronto Livings Podcast, a conversation about all things Toronto with a focus on real estate, the culture, and of course, the food.
I'm Mark Savell.
And I'm Joey Virgilio.
And we're realtors with Sage Real Estate working together as a Toronto Livings team with a focus on helping you buy better, sell higher, and of course, having a little bit of fun along the way. Hello, Joey.
Hello, Mark.
Another week in the books.
It is. Yeah, it is.
And what a week it's been.
We've seen each other a lot this week.
We did see each other a lot, but I think just in general, it was like something was going on, man. Universally, spiritually, and I don't know, it was all the Pope talk from episode 90. But we had quite the week this week.
We did. We did. We were at Realtor Quest, which we're going to get into.
We definitely quested together.
We did. We had probably what might have been the worst showcase of what the Leafs are capable of.
I wasn't sure where you're going with that. I agree. Actually, funny you bring that off right off the hop. If you'll notice, I am not wearing the Leafs jersey.
You were not.
I said I was committed to wearing through it all because a certain listener, Mr. Carl M., said I'm the curse. I'm the reason why the Leafs are performing so poorly and have lost the last 3 games.
Okay. So superstition is going to be a trend in this one.
It's a theme. We're kind of peeling back the onion of what's about to come in this one.
We're feeding it. But you know what? I'm wearing my Leafs jersey today.
You are. And I feel like you're better luck than I am with these things.
You know what? You're still repping with your mustache.
Yeah.
Which I support all day long.
That's till the day I die. I mean, the mustache is not till the day
to the day.
My support is till the day I die. Yeah.
But I'm going to rep for both of us.
We're loud, we're proud, Joey. It looks great on you. Hopefully, Mr. Matthews comes to life.
We'll see what happens. Tonight's the last night. Well, hold on. I'm saying the last night. That's not.
I don't know if that's
not optimistic.
Yeah, I mean, we're in game 6 tonight. We're
yes.
playing game 6 at the day of recording this. We know it's wild. By the time this airs, they could be completely eliminated.
Yeah.
Or this city will register an earthquake with how crazy fans will be on Sunday night.
Totally. I am excited. Yeah, I am very excited to see where this ends
up. Not excited. I am so nervous.
It's 100%. I like my heart pounds when I'm watching these games.
Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah,
it's so bad. I get the Apple alert on my watch. It's like, slow down your activity. I'm like, activity.
I'm just sitting on
the couch, man. These Leafs. Well, it is what it is. We'll find out. Maybe we'll pick up some superstitious tradition to bring some voodoo magic.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like where you're tying it in here.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of puns and double entendres, and this is all going to make sense at the end of it. But shall we, as we always do?
Let's do it.
Joey, you want to ask me?
Yeah.
You asked me.
Mr. Mark.
Yes, Joey.
How was your week, and where did you eat?
My week was fantastic because we spent a lot of good QT time together, a little quality time.
Yeah.
But where I ate,
Mother's Day.
Yes. I took my mother-in-law and my wife to this place called U Seafood.
U Seafood.
They have a location at Yorkdale.
Okay.
We went to the Markham location.
Okay. I'm
putting it on the line. Oh, possibly the best dim sum.
Oh, it's a dim sum spot.
It's an everything spot. Seafood, dim sum, steaks. They do it all there, but we did the dim sum.
Okay.
One of the best I've ever had.
Okay.
It was really something special.
What are like the key? What did you guys order?
The whole ocean,
plethora of
everything. We had we're into black garlic. You were black garlic?
I have it in my ramen bowls.
You do?
Yeah.
I'm going to be making it in my office.
Okay.
Not ramen.
I'll be there.
Black garlic, yeah. I have to put garlic. So I got my dad's homegrown garlic.
Oh, you're actually doing this?
Yeah. You're going to smell it next week.
I'm so stoked about that.
I have to put it for 540 hours in a rice cooker. It's roughly 3 weeks.
Oh my God.
I've got the whole instructions. So when you smell something going on in my office.
Okay, note to self, any showings next week, just don't don't come to the office first.
Avoid me. Yeah, I'm going to be harvesting some black garlic. But they had a black garlic on fish as one of the dim sums.
Okay.
One of the dumplings. Really good. We had the traditional like shrimp dumpling in the, I don't know, I'm going to butcher it. So I'm going to call it shrimp. Okay. Ruby, my mother-in-law, ordered this really nice. It was like, you know, an Easter bunny, how they have those chocolates?
Yeah.
Like in the shape of an Easter bunny. It was yuzu, a creamy yuzu molded bunny. Yeah.
Okay.
It was fantastic.
It's the art. It's the art in the food.
Presentation, everything, efficiency. It was just fantastic.
I've been to a dim sum place recently for the first time, and the artwork that they do to their dishes is like next level. Yeah. We got a dessert. It was my landlord that actually took me out.
Right on.
And we got a dessert that was on a tree. It was like they had this whole tree structure, and there were balls hanging from these dessert balls that you would grab off a branch. Basically. Right. Yeah, it's insane.
It's a whole show you get out of them. So. Wildest part about it, the bill came, Age covered it for her mom and myself, I guess, and it was $102.
Really?
At a very well-designed, delicious food tasting plate. 3 of us.
Okay.
Oh, and we had like 2 boxes of leftovers.
Love it.
We ate for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
Incredible value, incredible
service.
Wow,
that's great value.
Dude, I looked at him like, is that $1,000? Like, we just need $1,000 worth of dim sum because there's no way it's $100.
Wow.
And I asked her after, she's like, it was $102.
We're going to dim sum.
We're going to dim sum.
Next time we go out, we're going to dim sum.
Yes. Take my recommendation because this week I tried your recommendation.
Oh.
Why don't you tell us where we went this week?
Okay. We went, after, which we're going to get into.
We're going to get into, yeah, that's a whole
other thing.
Yeah.
But we took a trip to Crudo.
We went to Crudo.
And ate it fresh.
Oh my God.
Because I talked about it, I think it was last week.
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
Or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I talked about it. I said, I had leftovers and it was cold and old.
Yeah.
And it was still delicious. And I was like, I need to go back.
Yeah.
So long story short, I did end up going twice in a row.
Yeah.
The first time I went, I found out that it was meatball day.
On
the next day,
Thursday,
the Thursday,
that's right.
I messaged Mark as soon as I found that out. I was like, "Meatballs on me."
That way, yeah.
It phrased oddly, but
I didn't show Adriana that message, but I was like, "Okay, Crudo," and then your unique sales thing was like, "Are you down to have meatballs at Crudo?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm in. Let's do this." So we experienced it. You gave the location before, but it's 1451 Royal York Road in Etobicoke.
Go there. Honestly, the lineups could be long if you go at like rush hour times.
Yeah.
Every time we went, I will say, if you go around 3:30, 4 o'clock, you get your sandwiches
in
10
and out.
minutes. Yeah.
So pro tip. You're experienced now. They should have your picture on the wall. Yeah. They should know your first name basis. It was my first time there.
Yeah.
It's actually at the back of the building.
Yes.
Because I was waiting for you in this bakery that was not Crudo, and it was okay bakery, but I'm like, what's the hype? Like, it's a bakery.
Yeah.
No, the hype is in the back.
The hype is in the back. There's a whole parking lot back
there. A whole other world back there. There's picnic seating. There's trees.
And it was like such a treat to just like get a fresh sandwich like that, sit outside on the patio, and like you have the sun shining. You're in the back of there's like residential in the back area, so you're not swarmed with activity. It's just quiet and peaceful. And
that's a huge point because you're on Royal York, which is a loud and busy street, but back there it's like you're in cottage country.
Yeah, totally. And we enjoy it. 2 meatball. They're called panuzos.
Oh,
that's I've been calling them sandwiches, but they're specifically panuzos.
Panuzos, okay.
Which is, I mean, you tasted the bread. It's freshly made there. Everything is all the cold cuts are freshly cut there. The meatballs. Oh my God. Yeah. It was
dude,
next level.
Provolone cheese.
Yeah.
3 layers of that. What I loved about it was just the right amounts of everything.
Yeah.
It wasn't too much cheese, too much sauce, a lot of meat. It was like so
well balanced,
equilibrium though.
Yeah.
And I think when you were telling me last time, I was like, oh, I know how the bread is. It's a focaccia bread. No.
No, it's not a folded over situation. It's like its own bun. It's thin and it's crispy. It's just got everything right.
It's its own category of bread.
Yeah.
It needs to be. What'd you call it? Panucha?
It's a panuzo.
It's a panuzo bread. I don't know what that even translates to, but it's like, if you have a pizza, the best way to describe it is like, it's like pizza dough, but with a nice undercarriage. It's like a nice stiff bottom. It's not like a floppy jalopy.
That's a good way to put it.
But it's not thick.
No.
You're not eating like...
You don't get dense bread full. You just get sandwich full.
You get... Sure. We're going to go with that on this one. Don't take our word for it. Go yourself.
You know what? Let's do that. We're linking it. It's worth the trip. It's out in Etobicoke, and it's absolutely worth the trip.
If you like, they are also playing Eros Ramazzotti. Yeah. So if you like Italian music, it is such a good experience. And I thought I knew exactly what you were talking about when you were describing it to me. No, the experience in person. Yeah.
It's absolutely delicious.
Loved it.
Yep.
Loved it so much.
Can we get into the other part of our week?
What else do we do this week, Joey?
So first off, we attended what is an annual real estate conference. Yeah. And it's for all the realtors in the GTA under the TREB Real Estate Board. And
GTA, you could come from Niagara and whatnot.
Totally. And it's a really big event.
Yeah.
We went on day one. It's been packed, right? There's like 100,000 realtors that exist,
something like that in that range. Yeah,
whatever the case is, but it was definitely packed. But the last day,
yeah,
we got the pleasure to watch Pitbull speak.
Now, if you hear Pitbull, you're like, "What do you mean by Pitbull?" We're talking Mr. 305,
yes,
Mr. Worldwide. We are talking about. I wrote his actual real name down somewhere. Armando Christian Perez.
Yeah. Also didn't know that.
Yeah, also didn't know that either. I was like, let's go. He's a keynote speaker. We might, it's interesting to see what a celebrity has to say about real estate. It was a concert.
He just played his songs and he said, "Hey, we're going to do something. We're going to mix it up. I came here. I was supposed to speak, but we worked something out where I'm going to mix it up." And he just played his songs the whole time.
It was a concert.
It was a concert.
Also, our first concert.
Actually, true.
Our first concert together will forever be Pitbull. Imagine that 20 years from now.
Absolutely fantastic, man. At Pitbull with a bunch of realtors holding their cell phones up in the air. It was absolutely a sight to see.
It was quite the thing. I do want to say though, day one we stayed for Van Jones as well.
Right.
That was a little gem. That was really impressive.
And it's so funny because you're contrasting what was like such an insightful and like well-spoken. We both left and was like, well, he was really well-spoken and like painted really good pictures of the state of like America and
society,
social media, society. And then we went to Pitbull
and we just fireball. That was in my head all day.
It was absolutely. I kept saying my favorite line of the entire night is when he said, he goes, you know why I like real estate? Because it's real estate.
Oh man, his wordplay is Shakespearean.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I want to do a segment with you. I want to talk for a second though about Van Jones because I thought he did a really good explanation of a topic we often bring up here, and it's like how social media can shape your views of the world. Oh
yeah, this was a real. I really like the way he kind of painted this picture.
Absolutely,
and how kind of dangerous it is, and the terminology he was using was like these silos of information.
Yeah,
and oh man, that just opened up like such a clear picture of what it does look like out there.
I actually saved the phrase in my phone because I'm like, I don't want to forget this. Okay. It was algorithmic universes.
Right.
We live in different algorithmic universes.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's wild that me and you are aligned on a lot of things, but I'm sure if I gave you my Instagram page and you gave me yours, our discoverable pages may look like polar opposites.
And it's such an interesting thing because, and even the way he pointed it out, where he was talking about the fact that he's like, one day a long time ago, somebody searched a pickup truck.
Yeah.
And therefore they got put into this universe. Well, the other person maybe search yoga mat, right, and all of a sudden they got put into this universe, and it's just the separation and the splitting and the echo chambers of reinforcing whatever you think and having people preach it back to you. It's crazy how accurate that is.
And this really has nothing to do with politics. It's any topic you want to apply that to. And I think that's quite true with real estate when you have the bears and the bulls and the commentary online, and how if you're fed that, if you go down that path of a certain algorithmic universe, that's all you see. It's all doom and gloom.
Yeah.
And you could have two agents side by side, and one is saying, sell the farm, it's done. Yeah. And the other saying, now's been a never better time. And it's like, they're both right and they're both wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
I love it. Another thing that I really took away from it was the conversation he was having about when he's been trying to get people in a room, is what he said.
Yeah.
And he was like, people, when they're online and they're doing these like facing themselves and facing the camera and arguing and debating these really like, really, I don't know, tactfully orchestrated arguments. And But when you get people personally in a room, the conversations don't go like that. It's very hard for people to be mean to each other, basically,
in person,
and debate each other like that in person. And I think we've a lot of what we used to have is lost because of this.
Right.
Whereas, we should
put the screens down.
Put the screens down.
That's like the hugest problem I think we face is how, I'm going to say, manipulated we are by the screens we use, and whether for the good or for the worse, for the good or the bad, it was really insightful to hear him say that. I was like, wow, so glad I came to Realtor Quest. It's like, got such a great experience. And then
day two.
And hey, listen, Pitbull had a good message of love and hope, and we are all humans. He said some good things. I'm trying to be positive here. But I'm still scratching my head as to why they thought he would be.
I mean, it was an Ender event.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
It was about 3 songs in, and me and Mark both looked at each other. We're like, he's not going to speak.
Yeah.
Is he?
There's no keynote here. This is straight dale. Okay. I want to do a segment with you. Okay. So it's called, new segment. It's called, is it a Pitbull line or is it a bull of pits? Because I don't want to say bullshit.
Oh, gotcha.
So bull of pits, Pitbull, because he's a play on word. So I'm going to read you quotes, and you have to guess whether Pitbull said it or he did not say it. Someone else said it.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it all in a Pitbull voice.
Okay.
Just to really mix you up there.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
It's never too late to be what you might have been. It's never too late to be what you might have been.
Okay. You know what? Your second, because I've watched that show now, when you repeated it, it made me think it might have actually been Pip. Is it Pitbull?
Bull of Pits.
Oh, Bull of Pits.
Not Pitbull. That was a motivational line I found for this segment by a man named George Eliot.
Okay.
I have no idea what he did, but I really wanted to, I think it's the Pitbull voice that's making it.
It's what's doing it. Yeah. The repeated lines of like, did you not hear me? I'm saying it again.
Right? Okay. Second line. People are so connected, they're disconnected. And they're taking so many pictures.
This is Pitbull.
They missed the big picture.
This is so Pitbull.
Dale. That's
my recognition. What I recognize Pitbull is that he takes a phrase and just repeats it in a reversed order, and immediately
Pitbull.
It's Pitbull.
Live life. Don't let life live you.
That's Pitbull.
Pitbull.
Absolutely.
Well done is better than well said.
Ooh.
Well done is better than well said.
No, that's not Pitbull.
Not Pitbull.
Not Pitbull.
You're good at this game. That was Benjamin Franklin. But when you do it in the Pitbull voice, anything's possible. And this is what I think is an easy one. You should, ask for money, get advice. Ask for advice, get money twice.
That's Pitbull.
That's actually a song lyric with him and Christina Aguilera. But Pitbull, you win that. Okay.
Oh my God. It's a great game.
Thank you. I thought of it last night. I'm like, gonna have a little bit of fun on this one. Be kind whenever possible. It's always possible.
Ooh, you did have a couple same words there.
Be kind whenever possible. It's always possible.
No, I'm not going to say this is Pitbull.
Correct.
It's not Pitbull.
It's not Pitbull.
Man.
Do you want to know who said it?
Who said it?
The Dalai Lama. You see how a Pitbull quote can be mistaken for a political leader?
There's a message in this game.
Do you have any quotes you want to share with me?
I have one more that stuck out to me.
You kept saying this yesterday and I loved it.
It made me laugh so much because he smirked at the end of it. He said, I've never been a troublemaker. I've just always been around trouble.
Oh, what energy he brought. Mr. 305, we salute you.
We salute, yeah.
I don't know if we'll ever see each other again, but wow, what an experience. If Mr. 305 is ever performing at your corporation's annual gathering, don't miss it.
Do not miss it.
Do not miss it. And bro, he sweat.
I know.
He was drenched.
I couldn't believe it. It was Fireball when it really, because it made me laugh because it was just like Fireball, and then he would just be like, just be dancing.
He's been around for, you know me, I go deep with these people.
Yeah.
He's been around for 20 years in the performance game. He's worth $100 million. His fees for performances like this range between $800,000 to $1.3 million.
Insane.
He did like a 45-minute set, so maybe it wasn't. I hope to God it wasn't that high. But yeah, Mr. 305.
I love it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Do not miss him if he's around.
Go see Pitbull. That's the lesson of the day. Very quickly, we sold 3 units this week somehow at the church.
Yes,
in the midst of all this
Hey,
pomp
man.
and pampetry.
The elections are officially over and the dust is settled.
Yep.
And people are coming back around.
Man,
that's what I'm hearing.
Right? Are you feeling that?
Yeah.
Like we're seeing that in ourselves in our business, but also the general or very common on Instagram. I've been seeing agents be like, "Yo, it's busy." Like,
Yeah,
it's picking up.
100%. Showings are starting to pick up in general for people's. Yeah, it's 1,000,000% happening.
Now, to be fair, we are in May when it is the busiest time of the year. This should be busy, but I think with the last 6 months we've had, it's.
I think we're going to see May numbers. Oh, we'll see. I think we're going to see May numbers be better than April was a real black swan.
Black swan, very much black swan. Well, given the weird week we had, we thought we would do kind of and superstition with wearing.
We got Leafs going.
Yeah,
mustaches happening.
Mustaches and just Pitbull. And we took a hit of oxygen.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
There was an oxygen bar at this thing, and you and I sat down and we just
inhaled. I think I inhaled banana peach or something like that.
I had coconut, peppermint, and I think Mountain Dew. That green one.
The green one, yeah. I think they just stick labels on whatever ones. Whatever's green.
I swear that was Mountain Dew. So we figured we'd do this is a very lighthearted, fun episode because we've been busy with Mr. 305 this week on some weird real estate traditions and superstitions that exist out there.
Totally. This is a real estate superstition episode.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about. So this was like a research episode of like what superstitions are out there. We're gonna read them. If we're off a little bit, I want to also recommend tell us where we're out.
Yeah.
Tell us where we're wrong with it because
Teach us.
It's just like a quick search of there's some stuff that I had found that I was like.
Okay, first of all, you found 12 things. I know of like 2. I was like, this is going to be a short episode. You're like, I found 12. I'm like, whoa, teach me. So we're both going to be learning something today about
100%.
Traditions around the world.
Yeah. And they're all about like, superstition on good luck whenever you purchase a place or, whether
avoiding bad luck.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all that kind of stuff. So, if you're interested, if you're buying a new place and you want to get some good juju in your life, this is the episode.
Yeah. Which is a good time to say, share this with your friends.
Yes.
Hit that like button. Leave a comment.
Yes.
Give us a 5-star rating. Also, don't curse us.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't put a curse on us.
Oh, that in that sense. Yeah.
Or you could swear at us.
I guess that's fine.
Yeah, we're okay with that. But don't put a voodoo curse on us, especially the Leafs. But anyways, I digress. Why don't you hit us off with number 1?
Okay. So actually, I think you should hit us off with number 1 because you know this very well.
Dude.
Let's talk about the St. Joseph statue.
You want to talk about St. Joseph?
Let's hear it.
St. Joseph, the patron saint of finding shelter in homes.
Yeah.
I do know a lot about this. This wasn't like an Italian tradition that I told my clients about. I actually had a client tell me that they wanted to bury a statue of St. Joseph. And I'm like, does this involve drugs or money? Because I'm not part of it if that's the case. They're like, no, it's a whole thing. So I have a YouTube video on it. It's one of our most popular videos on the channel. I'll link to it in the show notes. But there's a whole tradition around taking a statue of St. Joseph, the father of Jesus, who helped unborn Jesus, baby Jesus, in the manger, like find the manger. It was Joseph who was finding the manger. So that's how St. Joseph ties into it.
Right.
St. Joseph the carpenter. So there's this whole build a house. You know where I'm going with all these connections here? Okay. So, and then there's another story that there was these nuns that were kicked out of the covenant and they had to go find a new place to live. And they buried an image of St. Joseph. And on that land, they built their covenant. So there's
so funny
multiple origins of the story. That's the history. The Coles note of what you do is you buy yourself a statue of St. Joseph. And if you have a house, you bury it in your front yard.
I was going to ask you that.
Front yard, there is a very heavy Reddit debates whether St. Joseph faces out or in.
Right.
Personally, I don't think it matters.
He stands upright. And he's
upside down.
Oh, upside down.
But does the face the sidewalk or does it face the house?
Yeah.
So are you pushing your luck away or are you bringing it in? Is the
idea of it?
Is the idea. For those keeping track at home, I put the face out.
Okay.
Yeah. Daughters of St. Paul. I'm going to link to them as well. There's such lovely people. A bunch of nuns up on Dufferin, just south of Lawrence. I go there all the time.
Okay.
They sell St. Joseph statues for the purpose of home selling.
Oh, get out of here.
There's a prayer, and for the religious people listening, which I don't think is many, but you're also supposed to be praying that the Lord intervenes and helps you sell.
So funny.
The first time I heard it, I'm like, so you don't care about my marketing plan? You just want me to pray to God that I sell your house? Because I'm down to spend on staging. And they're like, do both, just in case. Dude, at least 10 times people have asked if I'm open to doing that.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I spent hundreds of dollars at the Daughters of St. Paul.
That's so good.
You want to see my St. Joseph?
Let's hear it. Let's see it. Yeah. I also have seen this St. Joseph's. I've seen you place it in certain.
When I sold my condo, I had this. St. Joseph is from my old condo.
Love it.
He's come with me everywhere. And actually, if you look close, Joey, I'm going to let you see it. You see the neck is cracked and there's some crazy glue on it?
Yeah.
When I had it in my house, I was doing very well in sales. And one of my friends came over and accidentally knocked into St. Joseph. The head fell off.
Oh, God.
For 6 weeks, I didn't sell a single property.
Oh, God.
And it didn't click. I wasn't like, because I deheaded my statue. But I crazy glued it back.
Instant?
Within 3 days, the deal was done.
Look at that.
So, I mean, superstition-ish. I don't know. This is what the St. Joseph statue looks like. Due to inflation, they've actually gone up quite a bit in price. They used to be $15. I think I'm like at $30 a piece now.
Man,
yeah,
right.
But a lot of my clients have these. I give it. You have to keep the St. Joseph and take it with you, and you still are supposed to pray. But in a nutshell, that's
incredible. Yeah.
We'll leave St. Joseph here to bring us some.
I love it. Yeah, I love that you brought the St. Joseph statue.
I have one in my new place. I have one in my rentals. I have one in my office. St. Joseph is.
I feel like I gotta get one, man.
I'll get you one.
I feel like
I probably have like a couple extra. I could share the wealth. Yeah.
I gotta brush the dirt off them, I guess. Are these fresh ones?
Oh no, fresh ones, still boxed. Yeah.
Oh, you have like some back in the back pocket.
Yeah, always.
So funny.
Always. You know me, type A. All right. Well, I did number one. So you covered number two.
Okay. So number two. Okay. Let's go into smudging with sage.
Have you done that before?
No.
Okay.
I haven't. Although I have. I mean, this is a pretty common one. A lot of people have seen it where you're getting sage and running it throughout the house to
ward off the bad energy.
Ward off all the bad spirits.
Yeah.
This specifically reminds me of my absolute favorite Nathan For You episode where he brings in a ghost remover into. Have you not heard of this?
No. I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Oh, Nathan For You in general?
No.
Oh, we got some
off-air talking.
Yeah, we got some off-air talking to do.
Cool.
One of the best episodes. He takes a realtor and
it's a fictional show.
It's a fictional show. Okay. Well, it's not fictional. Like he goes up to real realtors and he's basically presents himself as somebody who's going to pitch them a really unique, good business idea.
Okay.
But they're always kind of like, he's a Canadian guy. He's very monotone and they're always kind of twisted a little bit odd.
Okay.
And his idea is that a lot of people are scared to buy older houses because they could be haunted.
Okay.
So therefore, if you can guarantee that the house isn't haunted when you purchase, you could be the realtor that guarantees an unhaunted house.
Oh my goodness.
And in doing so.
Kind of a good business plan.
I know.
There is a realtor who in Toronto advertises that he could speak to spirits beyond the grave.
Oh, really?
And I don't know if he banishes them from the house or just, I don't know what he does.
So it's
a real
it's
thing.
Right in that.
I'll tell you offline who it is. Yeah. Okay. It's not going to be in the show notes. But yeah.
This is the idea. Yeah. And he would get somebody to come smudge the place and bless it. And
look, not crazy unheard of. I've walked into homes where you're like, whoa, there's some weird energy in here.
Yeah, I agree with you. I've been into definitely some older homes where it's like, just get a little bit of a weird feeling.
Some energy is coming over you. So I don't know if smudging fixes that, but it's not as crazy as you think.
Yeah. It's more common for sure.
I do like one of the show notes you put in this is it's like spiritual Febreze.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, it literally is. Without the annoying, smell of it. Actually, a friend of ours, Renee Elliott from RE Creative, stager extraordinaire, she gifted me Palo Santo, which you use in your house to
clear off spirits.
I just like the smell of it. So I'm with you on the spiritual Febreze.
Okay.
I like that.
Love it.
I like that. Yeah. Let's go to maybe something not so hooky and a little bit more practical.
Okay.
Yeah. Baking cookies before showings. Also on the scent game, right? We're playing the scent game. Where first it's a spiritual Febreze, now it's the human earth body home feeling.
Yes.
This isn't so kooky. This is something a lot of people do. They'll bake a pie or cookies before an open house or before a showing.
Yeah, and it does. It brings a homey feel to it especially
does.
if it's like a cold or rainy day outside. It helps you like walk in like, like a warm hug.
If I'm a ghost covering a house with my evil energy, I'm gonna be like, cookies. I'm gonna lay off the evilness right now. So I think there's more to it than just a practical.
This is a 2-in-1 situation. It's a spirit calming.
Oh my God. I got a business plan. What if we bake smudging with sage cookies?
Yeah.
Or like cookies that smell like smudging sage. Huh?
Okay. Okay. Pre-open house. We'll set the orders up.
Right.
I like this idea.
Because people are like, oh, did you smudge this house? No, I baked cookies. It's not haunted.
It's a 2-in-1.
Right? Oh my God. Who needs Realtor Quest, man? We got Idea Quest going on over here.
Oh, good Lord.
It's all that Pitbull motivation.
All right. Shall we move on to, so this one I haven't heard of before.
Me neither. Please share the wealth.
The goods of it. Okay. So, and correct us if we're wrong. Again, this is light research going on.
Yeah.
Toilet flushing superstition.
Okay.
Apparently in Hong Kong, buyers will flush every toilet to flush out bad luck and confirm good feng shui.
So if it doesn't flush, you got bad
Yeah,
feng shui.
because your feng shui ain't doing too good.
It's nothing to do with your bowel movements and what you ate before. Okay.
Yeah. That's clearing the pipes, if you will.
I will say feng shui is a whole episode all on its own.
Feng shui, actually, I keep getting really into feng shui.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, not like deeply, but like if I'm doing the doom scroll and I see a feng shui, and it plays a role. Like you notice if your bedroom's set up in the wrong,
you feel that
you can feel it. Yeah.
For me, I'm not attuned to that. I'm like, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
But listen, I've had some clients. One of my really good clients, Asian guy, very successful. He had a reverse pie lot. So the triangle was at the front and it went deep at the back.
Yep.
And the concern was the wife was concerned that the money was going to flow out of the house because the pie lot.
Right.
And he said, watch me test fate. And he's had the best 10 years. So I think it's all to interpretation.
Yeah, we're talking about, but you know what I will say, the more specific stuff about like where energies are coming from, I notice it. Like specifically if your doorways, like if you put your bed towards the door in a certain way, because the doorway is a live active energy.
Okay.
So if you're sleeping in a certain, so they call it like, for instance, they call like a coffin location.
Okay.
So if your bed and the foot of your bed faces the open doorway, that's how people take out dead bodies, and therefore you can't put your foot of your bed towards the outskirts of the door.
I feel like every bed I've had
has been.
Do you want to hear the craziest potential listing I ever had? I said no to it.
Okay.
I was interviewed to sell a condo downtown, and they had a casket in the bedroom. And it was very interesting. It was 3 people who lived together as a unit.
Okay.
And one of the 3 slept in the casket.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, you know what? I don't think that's I don't know how to do it.
Did you? Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you ask them, like, when we do photos, maybe let's remove the casket?
Honestly, it was very early in my career. I think I was so worried about offending them that I just was like,
so you just walked away from it?
Yeah. I was like, I'm going on vacation. I got a dentist appointment. They had an actual coffin in
wow.
That one of the partners.
That's a new one. I haven't heard that before.
Hopefully you never have to, because I think that's going to be a bit of a superstitious challenge to get through.
I would imagine. I mean, you're not supposed to put your bed foot at the door. I mean, you imagine sleeping right in the coffin.
In the coffin.
It's a whole other energy that I can't.
Or do you cancel the bad energy? Is that like the
oh yeah, you point it towards the door and it's like you're
sending good luck? Yeah. They were also very successful people.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go. There's something to it.
Yeah. That's more, I think so, that's a Hong Kong thing.
So apparently this is a Hong Kong specific thing.
Okay. Any Hong Kong listeners, please. Is this true?
Fill us in if we're right, wrong, or if we're just like missing by a hair.
Yeah. I was going to say, or number 2, but go on.
I was going to say, speaking of, can we do what I think is more of a, I guess it's China and East Asia in general, lucky numbers.
Yes, I think this
is something that comes up like more often than you think in the Toronto real estate market.
Agreed.
Numbers. So apparently 4s are no good. 4s mean death.
Yeah.
And 8s are wealth and
good luck
and good fortune. Yeah. So whenever you see it a lot in listings, actually listing prices, you'll see, 600,000,
888
or 888,
yeah.
Wherever you see a bunch of 8s, that's like it's a calling to like good luck and good fortune.
Yeah. And that's where I'm like, that's a sales tactic. Like, I don't think clients can be like, oh, well, because it's 888, we should buy this house and we'll have wealth for years to come.
But you know what? I mean, strategically, if you're on the buyer side and you know that they're playing that game, you could always try to, give yourself some good luck in that
play
sense.
Into it.
Yeah.
See, here I am bearing St. Joseph and Joey's on like 10 steps ahead. I love that. Numbers. Some elevators don't have 4s.
Oh, don't have 4s on.
Yeah. Which is so funny to me because like there's always a fourth floor.
Yeah.
You don't skip the fourth floor. It's not like a severance floor.
Well, it's the same as like 13
Yeah.
unlucky 13 for, is it Italian specifically that this is a thing for?
No, North Americans, 13's unlucky.
North Americans, okay.
But Italians,
It is lucky.
It's lucky.
So it's reversed. Yeah.
Reversed. So what if you're Italian Canadian?
Oh, you're just gonna, when you get to the 13th floor, you
don't know what happens.
You all turn to a
go
whole
either way.
universe.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah. Numbers, it's a big thing. People are very even house addresses. I know I've had some clients be like, no, we don't even want to see the house.
Really?
Based on the number. Yeah.
It's so funny. Superstition. Man.
I mean, I can't argue it. I don't agree with it, but I can't argue. I'm like,
Speaking from a man with a mustache.
Man with a mustache. This one's interesting. I've not heard of this one before. You take this one away.
Okay, this is I clarified this one. Brooms. Okay. I looked into this one a little deeper than the original. So brooms specifically. Many Americans believe you should leave your old broom behind at your old place.
Okay.
The belief is that bringing an old broom into a new dwelling brings the old things that you would have swept away.
Okay.
So it brings bad juju. And if you already if you're already buying a new home, do yourself a favor and splurge for a new broom too. So new house, new broom.
I'm seeing a lot of side hustles for us.
Right.
We should start manufacturing good luck brooms.
These are all great ideas.
Sage infused cookies to ward off evil spirits, branded St. Joseph statues. The list can go on.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that one.
I have not heard of it.
Yeah,
I've never seen it. Nobody's ever mentioned it to me.
Yeah.
But I'll take it.
I've also never been to Southern USA aside from Miami, but I feel like Miami doesn't follow that. I think Pitbull, Mr. 305 isn't worried about. Do you know what his net worth is?
No.
You want to know?
What is it?
Throw a guess.
Oh, I have no clue. What? I don't know. 5 million?
5 million?
10 million?
Really?
I don't know. I have no concept
bearings.
of
Okay, fair. I mean, I was shocked by the number, but I wouldn't think 5 million. He's Mr. 305.
He did $1 million for just performing 45 minutes.
His motivational bumper stickers sell $1 million a month.
Yeah. Well, okay, good point. 100 million?
Yes.
Okay.
Very good guess.
There we go. I just the context, and then I was like, okay, we're there.
Yeah, he's got vodka. He's got a school. He was saying.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of schools.
He's got a bunch of schools.
Yeah.
When asked how many kids he has, he answered, "Mother effer, I have 10,000." Yeah. And then he showed the school with these kids in it. I'm like, you might actually have 10,000 kids though, for real. It's possible. Well, he's worth 100 million if you're asking.
100 million.
Yeah. If you're wondering.
And I got that on the first try. We're going to cut the rest of the guesses right out.
Number 7. Now this one, I've also never been to Hawaii, but this originates in Hawaii. It's called rolling pineapples.
Okay. So yeah, this is an interesting one too. Yeah. And I looked deeper into this because I was like, it's
a head scratcher.
Yeah. So you roll a pineapple throughout the front door and through the house.
Like through the threshold?
Through the threshold.
Okay.
Before you move in.
Okay.
So you buy a new house, you open the door, and you roll a pineapple around.
Okay.
This helps bring good fortune into the place. Singapore specifically is where, so the tradition stems from hoken, a term for pineapple.
Okay.
For the hoken.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what. But the whole. So let me run through this. So before stepping into the house, place the pineapple at the entrance, and roll it into the house.
Okay.
Shouting positive affirmation, a positive type of good fortune.
Okay.
Basically, you like roll a pineapple and say things.
Wealth
like,
will come to me.
Yeah, good fortune.
Good fortune.
They have it quoted here, and this is a different language. How ta.
Okay.
That
sounds good.
We're gonna find it. We're gonna find out.
Sounds good. What does that mean though?
I think to welcome positive energy. I don't know what it means.
Okay, hote.
Yeah, hota.
Hota.
Yeah.
Leave it in the comments if we're not.
Yeah, again, if you can correct us and clarify this, please. We're going to bring it up on the next episode.
Okay, I'm going to call out 2 people, if you're still listening to this episode, who I would want their opinions from.
Okay.
Marcelo the Fratello.
Oh, okay.
You're in Brazil, Recife, to be exact.
Yes.
Give us the Brazilian traditions or voodoo superstitious stuff. I know you're listening, Marcelo.
100%.
I want to hear it.
Yeah.
I want to hear what Brazil does, or at least Recife.
Absolutely.
And I'm also going to call out Lisa C.
Okay.
Longtime listener, good friend of the show. She must have some type of good luck voodoo magic.
I believe it.
She has to.
I totally believe that.
Yeah. So tell us what your origins do. Okay, this one's quite common. Nailing a horseshoe above the door.
Yeah.
Good luck. Horseshoes are always associated with good luck. Now, the question I have for you is, do you put the horseshoe up or do you point it down?
So apparently,
Yeah.
same as the St. Joseph statue, this is highly
Contested,
debated. Some people think if you point it down that it sprinkles good luck on you. And then
Right.
some people say if you point it up, it like removes the bad energy or whatever. Like it takes away the bad stuff.
Yeah. I've heard down the luck leaves you. But I'm like, but then it falls on my head because
Right.
I walk under it?
Yeah.
How does this luck work?
Some things I found out about this that
Okay.
I didn't realize. The horseshoe itself matters. You can't just go to a random store and take a horseshoe and put it above your door.
Does that come from a winning horse?
It has to come. So the horseshoe needs to fall off naturally. A horse. It needs to be worn and fall off naturally. And apparently, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the front right leg. And it's even more good luck if it's the front right leg.
Wow.
Yeah, things I did not know.
Jesus. We're going to hang around Woodbine this weekend for our side hustle. So we've got used horseshoes from Woodbine Racetrack.
Yep.
New brooms with never been swept on. So good luck galore.
Never been swept.
And sage infused cookies.
Love it.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to write these down.
We're going to be 100 millionaires very soon without having to use double entendres and puns. You got one from India here. This one's interesting.
Yeah. I haven't heard of this one either.
Same.
Apparently walking around the property in a clockwise direction while chanting or blessing.
Okay.
Is supposed to be
Good luck.
Good luck.
Prosperity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, this is a Feng Shui comes back into this, the Indian version of Feng Shui.
Okay.
Based off of Vatsu Shastra principles.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said it could also involve rice, incense, or cow dung
Yeah.
for purification.
For purification.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, if you're hearing this and you're inching to correct us, please.
Yeah, we're open for interpretation here. This is definitely. Let's be real here. This is an AI generated list of superstitions.
It was a part of it was like, let's go through these like almost live so that we can kind of talk about it and be surprised.
Pleasantly
by it. Yeah.
surprised. Yeah. Scattering the salt at the door. This I'm not. There's something about salt and luck.
Right.
You're supposed to throw a pinch over your shoulder if you spill it at the table. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, and actually, I know the root of that one.
Oh.
Or not the root, but
Yeah, the story.
Supposedly, it's you have your angel and your devil on both shoulders, and if you spill the salt, you're supposed to throw salt in the devil's eyes.
Okay.
That's what I've heard about that one.
Was not expecting that as the answer. Have you done it before?
Yeah, I always if salt is spilled, 100%.
You do it over the shoulder.
Over the shoulder.
We throwing out bread.
Okay,
Are you familiar with throwing out bread? How sacrilegious that is?
I know that my grandmother used to do the rosary every time she had to.
Throw out bread.
Yeah.
My friend, when he makes me a sandwich, he takes the inside out so I don't have so many carbs. And the insides, he kisses first and then does the sign of the cross.
Get outta here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's my age.
Oh,
this
get
is not
outta
an
here.
old guy. This is a young. So something about food and salt. Yeah, I get it.
That's a thing. So I looked into this salt. So salt at the front door is the concept of this one, and supposedly it's supposed to be kind of packed into a mountain and placed in a dish and placed near the front door.
Okay.
And it's supposed to. I think the idea is it collects the bad energy, and because it's by the front door, it invites good energy.
Okay.
And disposing of it, you have to wash it away in clean water.
Huh.
It's all things that supposed to be in Japan that this is a thing.
Okay.
So that's
Well, it seems like in all these traditions, the common thing is the doorway. That seems to be the big place you have to purify and make good and keep evil out and good in.
horseshoe.
Yeah.
Pineapple.
Yeah. Broom to some degree. You see, St. Joseph doesn't care what your threshold is. He just wants to be buried upside down and prayed to daily. This is, okay, so it's so funny. Talking about door frames, did you guys, maybe your nonna's house, did you guys have your house blessed? Do you remember priests coming to bless your house?
Yes. No, my nonna does it to everything.
Oh, still.
She gets holy water and she'll go around and like every time somebody got a new car, she would go in there and
bless it.
Throw holy water.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's so nostalgic to me. People at home are like probably thinking like, what? No, this is a very Italian thing. My nonna did not bless everything, but I had a neighbor who's very religious, and actually I bought her house when she passed, and I was, I guess, somehow gifted her holy water. She left the holy water.
Oh, get out of here.
I still have, her holy water.
You still have
I still have it, yeah.
Oh,
We
wow.
blessed the house with her holy water. But anyways, house blessings was very prevalent when I was young.
Yeah.
I remember my grandmother's house, we have a a friend of the family, my grandfather's cousin, who's a priest. So he would come and bless the house. And they would put chalk over the door. Do you
know that? I don't know.
Yeah, my father's house did it. My grandmother's house had it, and it was the thing. The priest would come, and when I was younger, like every year, the priest would come and do the blessings. Now I've not seen a priest bless a house in so long.
Did you have the? There was a specific. I don't know what it is, like a piece of grass or something like that, and it was really stiff,
like a palm.
Not a palm,
okay,
but it looked like a piece of a palm. It looked like a piece of celery,
like straw?
but like really thin.
No.
Yeah, and that's another piece of whatever my grandmother did.
The blessing.
Yeah, it would be blessed with holy water, and then there would be this thing left there.
Oh,
and like I have it in every time that our family got a car. It's in a glove compartment.
You got to take a picture.
Yeah.
I got to see this.
I'll show you.
I'm very curious what this is. So there was always letters written over the door, and honestly, I never even thought twice about it until I was researching this episode, and I was like, what is it? And so it's supposed to be done every year. It's a Christian tradition, apparently, or Catholic, I don't know. And you have to use chalk, and then you put the letters C, M, and B to bless the home. And you're supposed to do it on the Epiphany, so January 6th.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think it ever happened in our household on that day.
On the date?
Priest was probably quite busy, but the letters represent years. So instead of writing 2025, for example, you'd write 20 plus C plus M plus B plus 25.
Oh.
Yeah. And the letters C and B represent the three wise men.
Oh.
Did you know their names?
No.
Either did I. You ready for this?
Yeah.
First wise man, Casper.
Didn't expect that.
Casper the wise man, not the friendly ghost. Second one, maybe Casper keeps the friendly ghost out. Or Casper was a friendly ghost.
Casper was a friendly ghost.
Wow.
Oh, there's a whole thing.
We're onto something here. Side business. Melchior. I might have pronounced that wrong. Similar to Milchik.
All names. Yeah, Milchik, Casper.
And Balthazar.
That's a Pokemon. I'm 90% sure.
AI's pulling a quick one on me. They all visited Jesus in Bethlehem, and they said in Latin, Christius Manthosium Benedicat, which means may Christ bless his house.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why you have those letters.
If you do have those letters. I didn't have those.
Well, it's so funny because when I walk into houses, clients will say like, oh, what's that over the... And I'll just say it's a blessing. But now I can say like...
Now you know.
Christius Manthosium Benicat.
Yeah, you could say, listen, Casper, Melchior, Melchek, and Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur, yeah. And then a Pokemon's going to evolve, and this house is going to get that much more expensive. And then chalk used to be earth that they would use, and then chalk is what it evolved to.
Oh, okay.
Because it reminds you of the dust from the ground, where we all come. It's like dust from dust. I don't know, man. Okay. It's a yeah. Well, hopefully you're a little bit more.
Hopefully you got a few more on your next purchase.
Yeah.
We give you some ideas.
Do you have any superstitions yourself, like aside from real estate, like any things that you're like, step on a crack, you break your mother's back?
No, I'm not truthfully not very.
You're not. That's good.
Superstitious.
That's good.
Although I have been for the Leafs games for whatever reason.
Oh, dude.
And it'll happen. It's not like something that lasts throughout all the games. It's like that specific game. If I do something,
a full set of rules, you have to.
That's it. I just like there was in the first few games when they were doing really well.
Yeah.
I remember that it was like anytime I took my eyes off the television, something bad would happen. So I'm like I couldn't look away. I was like I'm not allowed to.
That explains the bags. The first two games of the Ottawa series, I'm not allowed to because the Leafs' fate is in my eyes. If I, Joey, look away, and I'm saying this facetiously because I'm the exact same way. Yeah. I have to sit on the same cushion of my couch. Right. My wife needs to sit one cushion away from me. There's a luck barrier. If either of us,
it's a luck barrier,
and then it's gone. It's all, and somehow we've broken the tradition. This is why the Leafs are nearing elimination. This is
what's happening.
So my hopes is that with all these, what would we call them? Not superstitions. All these methods of blessings that we can get a blessing tonight.
Methods of good fortune.
Methods of good fortune. I just see the Leafs win. Yeah. And if you're trying to sell your house or looking to buy a house, you might want to try some of these tactics.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's actually some good ones in there.
Yeah. And I'll tell you a tactic that actually doesn't get mentioned enough. Call us. If you're not lucky in real estate,
that's a good takeaway.
Just call us. Yeah. Because us and St. Joseph are on your side.
100%.
We're gonna. I had I made this mistake. I had this really good client. I really liked him. And I sent out my YouTube video on how the St. Joseph statue works. And my dad's like, you're going to offend Catholics if you send this out. I'm like, Dad, you don't even read my newsletters. What do you know about this? You've told me you've unsubscribed from me. Dude, I lost his client.
Get out of here.
I guess he wasn't comfortable with me like taking that stance or using religion to sell a house. And
get out of here. Didn't expect that.
Yeah, but you got to be sensitive to these things. So we're saying this in jokes, but in good humor. But at the same time, like we respect that some traditions are quite
1,000,000%. Yeah.
Yeah, are quite. Luck is a real thing.
Yeah.
Any show notes? Any shout outs? Anything we need to know about?
Salute, Mr. Worldwide.
Oh, Mr. 305.
For what an amazing performance.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say thank you, Van Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I want to go back to Van Jones. Sorry, just this 100%. Really interested me. Steve Paikin from TVO was the moderator, and I really like the way he speaks. I think he's a good communicator, so I really want to go for him. Mm-hmm. And he asked this question to Van Jones, and he says, do you think the problem is Fox News? Or something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing here. And Van Jones said two things. One, Anderson Cooper is as cute in real life as he appears online, which... Thank you for clarifying that, Vanny. And secondly, he said on CNN, they get 1.2 million views a night.
Yeah.
He says Fox News gets 4.1 million views a night. And that doesn't matter because Kai Cenat, a YouTuber and Twitch streamer, gets 14 million views a night.
Yeah.
I say that for two reasons. We got a long way to go if we're going to take out Van Jones in terms of notoriety and become Mr. Worldwide. And two, it's wild how the news is getting shared these days.
Oh, it's that was so eye-opening too. The big takeaway is the Fringe is now the mainstream, and the mainstream is now the Fringe.
Which also sounds like a Pitbull line.
Yeah. What a good wrap up on this. Dale.
Thanks for listening to the Toronto Living's Real Estate Podcast. You could find more information on how we work over at TorontoLivings.com. Be sure to sign up for our newsletter to get price reports from over 150 different neighborhoods in the city each and every month.
If you got any value, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you made it this far, thanks for listening.